Right, morning, Des.
Morning.
Well, we've had a strange week, a week with no football at all since we last spoke. So I thought I'd ask you about your views on Brexit.
Right. Very good question, David, because I knew a lot about that, to be honest, and stuff like that.
Let's move on.
I know, I think it should happen. I do, me personally.
Okay.
And I do know nothing about politics, and I think all politicians are knackers, to be honest, because all argue against each other. But if you want me, let's go all go British. That's what I think. That's what Brexit means.
It is.
Good.
Let's
do that. That's what I think.
Let's actually take things in sort of date order. Last Saturday, you went to watch St Albans.
Yeah.
And I'll ask you to tell us a little bit about how they play and so on. But also, perhaps more interestingly, you watched that game in some quite esteemed company, didn't you?
Oh, it was great because I got the ground. Me and Martin Taylor. Martin's watched them twice now, so we got the ground and Ted was there, Teddy Shevnin, who I knew from Millwall. It was fantastic. So we watched the second half with him because his boy was up front for Dartford and Paul Merson's boy was up front for St Albans.
Yeah. And
that wasn't a bad fun too, was it? So, but it was great getting Ted's opinions, and we had a great chat and all that. But on the Millwall WhatsApp group, he's put on, had an hour and a half with Dowse, never understood a word he said. He said that, so incredible really. So it's all good stuff. He has Martin coming in the room now, interrupting as always. So it's so we had a nice chat with Ted, and it was lovely to be in his company again, and obviously it was nice for Martin speaking as well. So we enjoyed the game, but we watched him. We know their threats about the long throw comes in. Merson's got a long throw and left back's got a long throw, and they get the two centre halves up to compete, and they go back to front very quickly. They do, but they've got a very good team. I think they had, before the last two games, they hadn't been beaten in 7 games. I think they're a big threat. I do, but we have a player. I think he's a good manager who's actually got out of this league before, in Ian. And so I think it's going to be a hell of a test down there. I think it's a really good game.
And you told me that you put that picture on the Millwall WhatsApp group, and you were getting some replies that weren't terribly complimentary to you.
A lot of Ted started off and all that, so Ted put on there saying, I had an hour and a half with Dowse, never understood an effing word I said. And so that started everybody off, didn't it? And it's been good banter, like all the interviews on the Millwall thing, saying, I might want to breathe when I speak and all that, and stuff like that. I've been getting absolutely battered, to be honest. But if you give it, you got to take it, don't you? So he's given me a fair stick, and we've asked him if he maybe do a talking down here, and same as Paul Merson said he would as well. So all little things. It's nice to see all ex-players again, especially somebody who was excellent. And when I was a young kid playing with him, and he played in my debut, you always knew he was going to go an extra special player, who ended up being one of the best centre forwards in Europe at the time.
Absolutely.
The only downfall, he played for one of your footy teams, didn't he? Is that right? He didn't do much. He didn't do much at Forest, did he? He didn't do much at Forest. Is that right?
He did all right. He did all right.
Okay.
Yeah. But the one I was referring to that you didn't mention was you said that there were people writing in saying Teddy was watching the game with his dad.
That's Martin's thinking. I got loads of stick because my age. We had do pictures on the Millwall group where when they saw me and all that, it's like I'm on a desk like this and I'm like a skeleton. Oh, look at Dowse at work, because he think I've aged so much, and I was a shy kid in them days, and really shy lad. And I getting stick. I look like his dad getting stick at at how old I look, and I've had that for the last years off him. We had a Millwall reunion, and everybody thought like Ted's got a great set of hair still, and obviously I haven't. And it's like, because I used to have a lovely flick, where I flick my hair right back, and there's a landing place straight away, and I loved it. I did, but Mother Nature took care of mine, and it's one of them where with Ted, sometimes we do the hair things, and mine's all grey, so I get a lot of stick seeing how well I look, But it was good, because obviously I've got Martin one side and Ted the other side, so we're getting selfies and pictures, and not everybody's looking at me in the middle saying, well, what's he doing? You know what I mean? So I was like the spare part, if you like. But it was good, but we've watched them twice now, like I say, on a good side, and we're fully expecting a tough game tomorrow. We'll go from there.
Okay. And I think the next thing, in terms of timeline, I see you've got a nice new phone on your desk there. I don't know if it's in the picture, but
brand spanking. Absolutely. Right. I've done the biggest PR crap in my life. So I'm going to nail it now, right? Because I've been, as you know, this bloke wants to talk for half an hour about it. It had a thing in the Star. It was on Sky Sports News. I've done it, and it's cobblers. So a few years ago, when I was at King's Stewart, and Malcolm Winwright was chairman, and I had this one of these pay-as-you-go phones. I'll keep charging it, and it bust completely. So Malcolm said to me, you can have a phone off the company, blah blah, great. So I had to do a police in, Dowse has changed his phone, blah blah, it's broke down, that was it. So everybody knew I'll be off the phone for 24 hours till I got a new phone. So anyway, good 8, 9 years on, I'm somewhere and I didn't want to say where because I thought it might look bad on the place I was at. So I had my phone stolen. I knew where I put it and I knew exactly who, I don't know exactly who took it. So anyway, it gets taken. I'm gone mad. I've got 2,009 blinking, somebody's nicked my phone, where's it? And everybody's searching. We've even texted saying you've been caught on CCTV somewhere, blah blah. So I said to Nick, sure, my fault completely. I said, if you're getting it out there, don't say it's been stolen because I'll never get it back. If you say it's been lost, people say Dowse has probably lost it in Blackie's pool table and all like stuff like that or whatever. And I thought if I said that, then somebody would maybe feel guilty and hand it back, but never did. And all of a sudden I've been the most laughing stock ever about saving stuff. People said saving stuff on my phone. Bloody hell, I'm going to do that on there. People said I've had my head in the clouds for the last couple of weeks. I wish I'd have put a couple of numbers on it. so that's where it all come from. When I got this new phone and we've got it all working, I have got quite a lot of backtrack numbers in there. I've just lost the last numbers out, maybe it's the last year. I'm getting them back. Martin was coming back from and giving me an 8 and sending us text after text after text. I've got them all back. There's not many numbers I probably haven't got now. Loads of texts come through, but end up being news. And how that's made news, but it was my fault because what I probably should have said, it's been pinched from this, but I didn't want where I was. I didn't want to put the place in a bad light. That's oh yeah, say it was a school for example. Never go to that school to get things nicked. I thought it was a little thing, and somebody could have took it and felt guilty and given it back, but I haven't. So we've panicked and threw it away, and I've had to get another phone. Right. So I have got all my numbers. I am happy, and all of this is so there's no big disaster there.
But finally then, can I ask, have you actually backed up all the numbers on this new phone?
Well, if I knew how to do that, David, I'd probably do it. So when I get back tonight, I might have a word with me little girl and me lad and show us how to do it, to be honest. But
I bet they would be able to show you how to do it in 10 seconds.
Right, good. So that's what I'll do, because I would never clue what to do. You know,
Nick Shaw is happy to help you do it if you need to.
Is that right?
That's a message from him.
Brilliant. So I appreciate it, because there has been a lot of hoo-ha. At first I was angry, then at the end you got to, because I'm walking around saying, where's me blinking phone? I haven't got 2,000 of mine. You're just angry at all, and I said, Nick, you're blinking. But I try to use my psychology and my tactics, which I'm not very good at anyway, to be honest. So I try to use that to say this is the best way to get my phone back, because I believed it was going to get returned, because I believed I knew where it might have went. Obviously completely wrong, and but I'm not going to accuse anybody. I'm not going to accuse nothing. It's done. It's finished with, and hopefully the Daily Star, whatever's got something better to write about than me losing the phone. I don't think it was people that bothered, to be honest, isn't it? So, yeah. But there you go. Very funny, and everybody will think, oh, good old Dowse, he's had 25 pints down the Kingsfield, he's lost his phone in the pool pocket, and that's what people probably thought. So that's the truth, what's happened here. Because I'm on a fitness freak at the minute, and I haven't had a drink since Watford.
Okay. There was due to be an under-23 game on Monday. I don't actually know if that happened. Did it happen?
Yeah, it happened, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, Spence played in it, Big Dwayne played in it, Wheeler played in it, scored 2, and all that, you know, and stuff like Geary scored as well, played in it. I was going about my phone, so I couldn't eventually get the game, because I had to go and get something and try to get my numbers as quick as possible, because once you lose them, you're knackered, aren't you, in football. But apparently, by all accounts, all attitudes were spot on. All attitudes last night were spot on. We've got a few problems, I think, on a couple of injury fronts and a couple of things, and players going back. That's what football management is. At the end of the day, it's problem solving, so I've got to get problems solved. It ain't a big issue. Like, I gather there's been things mentioned about Edster, for example. He hasn't signed for Macclesfield yet. Whatever. He went training, I believe, because I want to get him in the Football League. We would like him to go to the Football League. But the reason we get on very well with Oxford, we've always sent players back into their first team. So if you do that, you get better back. So we'll never stop anybody going. But at the minute, he's finishes today. Will he play for us the weekend? We don't know. But we'll David Howes later on. But it's only signed the form, so he could be, maybe. If not, then he goes to Macclesfield. Fair play to the lad. But at the minute, Harry's agreed to come for another month, which is great. And Marnie's here at the end of the season, great. And I think we might have 1 or 2 little knocks we had last night, and 1 or 2 the squad's narrowed down a bit. But if you ever want to get into battle with a group of players, these will be a group to do it with, to be honest. We've just shook a non-league game. So if anybody says we need this, we need that, we need whatever, a winger, we need whatever, just let us say what our lads do first, because oh, you know, we can't get promoted now, we can't do that. Why not say that when we lose a couple of games? Why say we just won 9 on the spin? The league is at 9 on the spin, haven't been beaten in 10 games. So I think that's a bit weird. But if I was going to go to St Albans with any group of players, it would be them on the board, to be honest. I really would.
Sure. You mentioned Armani and Harvey as well, of course. I believe it's correct that there's no recall clause on either of those.
That's what I believe, but they can't play in the Checker Trophy.
Yeah, but they're out of that now, aren't they? Yeah,
and under 23 games, they can't play in every now and again. Okay. Harvey was meant to play on one Saturday, but we agreed he plays for us. And if we need to get them fitness levels, for example, and play, because Harvey's missed a lot of games. So Yeah, I believe it's no recall. They can't, but they can if they need to play in this games to try to keep an eye in. If it's something we haven't got a game in midweek, I imagine they'll use them. And you know, but really we've got so many games in midweek coming up. Saturday, Tuesday, we'll need them more than anything now. So I'm delighted about that. Can we get SRA in the season? Let's wait and see. At the minute, we're wishing well and all that. You know, we're signing a goalkeeper today. Hopefully that'll be done by tonight. But you never know about these things. He's next door doing it now, so that could be an interesting one. We'll see what happens later on today. If not, I'll let go and get another goalkeeper, but I believe this one will get done. So Bertie's left, apparently. I thought it was like a dual thing where he was going to go and get... He got frustrated, Bertie, and he felt as though he should be in the team. I didn't. I felt Rossi should be in the team. That's manager and player. Then he got a bit frustrated, I can imagine, and he wants to play football, so I sorted him out and moved to Met Police, because you always want to help players out. And also he's playing, and so I had a chat with him saying we'll keep his registration and he can play games. Gavai sent a tweet out, apparently he's left, but I didn't see it like that really. I saw him playing games and let's see what happens. He might not come back, but he might. We've got his registration next door. He's probably too good to sit on the bench, and but he can't get a club at this level at the minute, so just go one down, play 78 games and we'll see how it goes. All goalkeepers need games.
Right, okay. There's been a bit of speculation about, I guess, a replacement for Loza in terms of a winger that I think you told Sariad was an Oxford player, and people have worked out who it is.
Oh, yeah.
Correctly, I think so.
Yeah, it's you know, it's one of them where yeah, of course we went in for players, and the lad you talked about, Malachi, a winger, he done great for us at Hampton, and of course we made inquiries and things like that, and we have done about 3 or 4 players, because we need to sign a couple of players to just get the right one. I'm just not going to sign one for the sake, because people panic here, don't they? Panic, oh yeah, they've got to sign him. What have I got to sign anybody for? You know, so it's at the minute we only need 11, to be honest, tomorrow. But we have went in for, obviously Malachi we did, but he's got some information on his lung and all that, you know, and stuff like that. He's got a bit of information on his lung, so he's having X-rays. So I think his next X-rays today, and he's got to check. But can he play next week? I don't know. Can he be fit in 2 weeks' time? But X-rays got, because it's quite, if you got it on your lung or your heart around it, it's apparently not very nice. So he's can't do anything at this minute. So at this minute, it's on hold, or it'll not happen for a little while. That's what I think. Right. If it happens, fantastic.
But yeah, okay. But he is basically a winger, and he played 14 games for Macclesfield before Christmas, I think. Yeah,
brilliant. And he done great for us at Hampton last year. Got in there first team at Oxford, went out. Listen, Oxford might not want him to go out. It's just the inquiries were made. So it come from one, you know, it goes around in football. Obviously, we got 2 Oxford lads there. You know, we made inquiries, blah blah. We're getting very well with Oxford, because Oxford are absolutely brilliant with us, absolutely unique, fantastic. So they sent us some great players, and we wouldn't have gotten the playoffs last year if it wasn't for Oxford, and we wouldn't have probably been where we were if it wasn't for Oxford this time round, to be honest. So we always have to have our best players, because we trust them, and we trust like Faz and people like that who give with Chris Allen, who give with good players from there, and we thank them a lot. He's just another option, and but at the minute it's not an option, because he's got this fluid on his lung. Right. You know.
Okay, and in terms of injured players, where's Max at?
He'll be less than 50-50 tomorrow, 100% fit for next week. He's running, he's doing all the basics. Can we risk him and get him out for the end of the season? Probably not, but we'll see what tomorrow brings. But the bottom line is, I think he's I think next week 100%. That's what I think. And Kane Fernhand should be a few more weeks added on and all that, you know, and stuff like that. And next week I'll talk about Kane in a different matter, because he's been very frustrated about thinking he can get back. We believed he'd gonna be back in January. He hasn't. We'll have to do something about his pay structure, just like we did with Christian. He's had everything done here. He's been well looked after, Kane, well looked after by this football club, and he appreciates that he does. But we'll talk about Kane next week. But we're hoping he's going to stay a specialist next week, and he'll give the go ahead to start running. Once he starts running, he should be back quite quick, I hope.
Right, good. And finally then, how's training gone this week, and what have you worked on?
Brilliant. Training went very well. The lads looked unbelievable sharp last night. Unbelievable. They did, you know. Martin Ian took it on, obviously, on Tuesday when I went to watch a game, a Barnet game, mainly to get Harry tied up, to be honest, against Hampton. Training's been super last night. The lads are flying. There's no problems here. There's no problems at all here. If anybody wants to make any problems, I can't see any problems when you just 1-9 on the spin. If we lose fair in the spin, that's when problems happen. At the minute, we haven't got any problems at all. The lads are flying. They're confident. They're ready to go. The lads on the outside want to get in. It's a toss-up of who plays up top, to be honest, tomorrow. The midfield 3 are absolutely buzzing. To be honest, you know, the back 4 if we can put the back four out, it'll be fine. The goalkeeper's great, so I think we've got a decent squad going in. Short maybe 1 or 2 numbers, I'm not so sure, because he only have a squad of 16, so I've got to leave somebody out anyway. What's the point of having 18, 19, what we've been doing? Honestly, it's been like a sauna in the change room the last couple of weeks, because the amount of bodies in there, I hear it. And then we've got kids sitting in the stand, which I've never believed in. We've got Charlie Cook going out to Leatherhead for a couple of games. May have to drag him back if somebody, but he needs to play matches, just to play 2-3 games, come back. We'll work on that philosophy as well, because they're no good in the stand, they've got to play. It just looks better. You know, if you can have 18 there, it looks good on a piece of paper. I've never really believed in that. I need 11 out there, and I need subs to come on and do jobs as strong as we possibly can. But I think the lads have been flying, and getting the goalkeeper tied up now is a big one. And we're looking at a couple of options, 1 or 2 players. Might even have another body in, depending on how this today goes. You know. So we're having one lad out there at a minute having a fitness test. Will he pass it tomorrow? If he doesn't, we might have a look at another option. I think he will. So we haven't got an option. The football's taking care of itself at the minute, because we have done it, not us. We have done it, so we deserve a chance to go on again. We're doing any things at the minute. It might be different Monday morning, but at this minute, going into, like I said before, going into a match tomorrow, I wouldn't want to go with any other group of players in the whole country than them, not because what we have done in the last 2 months.
Just to add finally for myself, that we hope that the goalkeeper signing goes ahead, and we'll get a couple of pictures and do a little interview with him.
I think it will, to be honest. I think it will go ahead, but you never know these things where, you know, how many times I thought we had Harvey and all that, you know, and it never happened on the day, you know, like, you know, and stuff like that. Like Kelvin coming every 40 minutes a day to ask us, and he's going to put a statue outside of Harvey now, so if we play that, we've got him. so that's where we are, but like, we're delighted to get him and all that, you know, and stuff like that. And so we're best off just seeing what happens, and everything's been good. Listen, it's been a tough week all around. I think about, you know, like I say, the lad's going back and he getting dragged there, but that's football. And like I said before, if you're a manager or whatever, you've got to solve problems. That's what I've got to do. So we're going there, looking forward to getting them on. I hope the supporters really come for, because we need them tomorrow. So I hope you come in numbers, as always do, and get through the line, and I'm sure we will.
I think St Albans is one of the more favoured destinations in this league, because it's supposed to be a very good drinking town.
Well, obviously, after your stint, what you've done away at Torquay and away at Swindon, I think that'll suit you down the ground, David, to be honest. Okay, so drinking it is. Let's go to the pub instead. Come on, let's do it.
As it happens.
And you used to have a tree. I remember we used to have a tree at St Albans.
Yes.
They couldn't go up.
Yeah.
They couldn't go up because I had a tree. They couldn't go. It's true. So I had to cut the tree down to go up.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So.
Okay. Thanks for your time this morning.
Pleasure.
We look forward to the game tomorrow.
Of course we will. Okay. Cheers.